Hey everyone, it's Jay, founder of Matters of My Heart and Jay the author, and welcome back to our My Blab hosting about Whenever Happens. So basically, let me explain a little bit about my company, Matters of My Heart, the emotional support program. It started as a blog where I was going through some very traumatic things. And I started writing because that was therapy for me. So I started writing, and I started getting responses from people who were going through similar situations as I was. So I began to realize that, maybe I'm not the only one that's going through these things, and that maybe I need to start building a community of support for people who want to feel safe to talk about things that are really hard to talk about. So that's kind of how Matters of My Heart got started. And it kind of grew and expanded into something that I wanted to make available for other people. And I also wanted to take my pain and turn it into some type of purpose for myself, not just for everybody else, but also for myself. So that's Matters of My Heart, the emotional support program. So for the next couple of weeks, I'm launching the biggest launch of the business, which is called an emotional support program. And I'm interviewing over the next couple of weeks people who have gone through their nevers. Now, let me explain a little bit about the campaign. The campaign is Whenever Happens. That's the question that we're going to be answering. And that's also the question that we're answering in the emotional support program. What do you do when never happens? You find yourself in this place, you kind of stuck, and something that you never imagined would happen to you did happen. And so what the hell do you do now? So life doesn't stop just because you're going through something. So how do you deal with those nevers? And over the next couple of weeks, you're going to meet some fantastic, strong people who have gone through nevers, because most of us, I know me, I have more than one never, have gone through more than one. And so you'll get to see those faces and you'll get to hear their stories, and you'll get to be able to hopefully resonate and connect with those people as well. So today I have with me a very good friend that I recently just met. As a matter of fact, we met online. We've never seen each other face to face other than like right now. And we call each other fire and ice. Like, she's the fire and I'm the ice. She's like the real, has all this energy. And I'm like, I need some coffee. It's too early in the morning. And she's just like all over, like bouncing off the walls, like on caffeine or something. Like, she really should bottle her energy up and start selling that joint. So welcome everyone. Laurasha, love it. Say hey.
Hi everyone. Hi. I hope y'all are doing well.
I'm so glad that you're joining me and in this movement. Really, I really want to start a movement of helping people, who are hurt, helping the hurt. I'm like, I want a big truck and I just want to go through America and just start grabbing people and jumping on this truck. Like, we're all going to be healed, damn it.
Yeah. Let's do it. Let's get an 18-wheeler and just ride.
Yeah,
just go.
Just go. Let's from one end to the next end. We picking up everybody.
Yes, picking it all up.
We are on a movement, people, to heal the hurt, because it's so much hurt in this world and so many people are not talking about it. Mm-hmm. I know I wasn't talking about it for years. So I'm at this place now where I found my voice, and damn it, people now telling me to shut up because I'm talking so much.
Me too.
So as our first question, Laurasha, like, what was your never?
Wow. Like you said, I don't have more than one never. Some people do, unfortunately. Fortunately, on both occasions, I have more than one. My first one was I was raped by a fellow service member. I ended up getting pregnant from that.
Wow.
Had an abortion from that. Lost my marriage, 5-year marriage from that.
Wow.
Ended up moving to another duty station and being sexually assaulted by my superior officer for 1.5 years.
Laurasha, what service were you in?
Marine Corps.
Oh, wow.
Yes, 12.5 years.
Jeez.
Proudly. I don't blame the Marine Corps at all. It gave me a lot of strength. It's not the Marine Corps. It's not the institution.
It's the people.
It's the people in it. Exactly. Because you got to think, it's all walks of life coming into one thing.
Absolutely.
I mean, and no matter where you're at, you know, good, bad, and ugly has all happened. You know, then suicide, drinking, you name it, I'm pretty sure I've done it. Like, and those were all my never moments, and they happened all because of one moment. And that was the first, my rape. Yeah.
Really?
That's the biggest never moment. I grew up in a bad situation. Drugs, gambling. Granddad was a veteran from Vietnam War, so his scary nightmares used to creep me out growing up.
Right.
And my father passed away from leukemia when I was in boot camp. So it's like I had a bunch of never moments that was a snowball effect till I realized I can stop the snowball.
Wow.
Yeah.
Gosh, that's deep though, for real. Yeah. I think typically what happens in any never moment, one never moment leads to the next, because you really don't have time to deal with that never before something else happened.
Exactly.
And then before you know it, like you're on your like third or fourth or fifth never, because it just keeps like you said, snowballing. It gets bigger and bigger and wow, that's crazy.
And I couldn't stop it at the moment because I wasn't strong enough. I had released all control because I felt like this is my life and this is what I was dealt with, not realizing I can trade some cards in when I want to.
Wow. So how did you deal with that? How did you deal with let's go back to the first never about being raped by your fellow service member. And after that, it led to divorce and a baby and abortion and all those things, which abortion leads to a whole other mental health, depression and all those kind of things. People don't realize that when a woman chooses to give up her child in abortion, that is not an easy choice. So it bothers me.
I didn't either, at all until I was in that situation.
Yeah, I mean, people judge and without even knowing the story, without even knowing what's going on, and that upsets me. And that's what another thing I like about Matters of My Heart is that we won't judge you. So going back to the abortion piece, when you do that, it leads to a lot of other mental things that you now have to fight against.
Of course.
All while you're trying to live, because life didn't stop. You still have to go to work. You still have bills to pay. You know what I'm saying?
At the time, one child, but throughout it ended up being 3. But I had them to take care of. Yeah, you're right. Life didn't stop at all.
Right. So how did you handle that? How did you deal with it eventually?
Do what now?
How did you deal with it? How did you handle your nevers eventually?
Eventually at the end, I cried out to God. I had sent my kids to my mother's house they went to school down there for a school year, because it got to the point to where I didn't even I got to the point to where I felt like I was going to hurt my kids. And people go, oh, what? A mother hurt their kids? I see why mothers do what they do. Yes. And I don't bash them or judge them, because I've been there, but I do know there's other alternative methods than to hurt them. And my alternative method was to give them to my mother for that time while I worked on myself. And now one day I just stopped going to work and I just cried out to God, and I was just like, there has to be something better. Please help me. I literally surrendered. And I understand when people say you need to take it to God, take it to the altar and surrender. It's not a physical altar like in church in front of people. It was me and God in our place. And I totally surrendered my whole life and was like, it has to be something better. Mind you, I had tried taking my life a couple times, so I knew there was a reason for me to be here, but I couldn't exactly pinpoint it. And then from there, I said, okay, I'm big on mindset, because I realized I am now in control. I can now manifest what I want. What is it that I want? And I started changing from there. I want this to be better. How am I going to make this better? I wrote it down and I started doing it. And then after a while, it became easy. Then I worked on the next thing and the next thing and the next thing. And then I just kept doing that till I was at a happier place. Once I got to that happy place with my happy, not everybody's or society happy, but my happy. Yeah. And I just kept moving forward. I never got complacent. And every time I felt like I was getting complacent, I said, there has to be something more. And I just strive to be better and better.
Well, Laurasha, you said something very powerful. You said it was your mindset. And out of that came another program. Aren't you running a program, something about mindset?
I am. Tell us about that. Manifest the mindset. Oh my God, it's going to be so awesome. And it's going to be so awesome because I've lived it. I know it. The method works. I do it all the time. And it's called Manifesting the Mindset. And it starts February 1st at Monday nights at 9 p.m. It's a 4-week course. Every Monday night, and we're going to basically, I'm going to give you everything you need to manifest your mind. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the areas of your life, and then we're going to take all that, and we're going to change it into a positive outlook, a better attitude. Then we're going to take that, put a plan to it, put action to it, and then I'm going to be your accountability partner until you tell me you don't want me no more. But I'm still going to be your accountability partner then, because we all need somebody to hold us accountable. Like, I'm that gnat that won't go away. Like, I'm like, you're like, shh. And then I'm like, eh. Like, I'm back on you like that. Because you get complacent. We all do. It's human nature.
Yeah, but also at the same time, it's like we don't really realize how much support we need in this process. There's no way that you're going to be able to get through this alone. If you could, then you wouldn't be stuck and you wouldn't be in this place. Exactly. And so that is why we have accountability partners. That's why we have support teams. You know, I have designated 2 people that I call when I am in that place where I'm just like, I'm about to hurt somebody, I'm about to go to jail, or I'm about to hurt myself.
I got your bail money, girl.
Exactly. Like keep the bail money on the side table for me, because I have those days when I am just overwhelmed with emotion, with hurt, with pain. And, you know, I have a God I pray to all the time, but I still have those weak moments. And in those weak moments is when you need a support team holding you up, because I had people praying for me in the wings when I was unable to pray for myself. You know what I'm saying?
Amen to that.
That is why Matters of My Heart and Manifesting the Mindset, these programs are so needed right now, not just among Black women, but amongst people, women, men. It's not age-based. I love the fact that it's not age-based, because things happen in my childhood that I'm still dealing with now, and I'm almost damn near 40.
Tell me about it. Yes.
I'm on a mission. We are on a mission to change lives and it started all from our pain. It all started from all the shit that we went through. Oh, is your baby in the room? Your baby can't hear me talking right. Okay. I tell people, listen, my material is not kid friendly, people.
Ooh, that book, girl, honey.
It's not kid friendly. Did you like it? Damaged goods.
Love it. Oh my God. Loved it. Yes.
Thank you. Thank you. So what advice would you give to someone who's going through their never?
It's not your future. I always tell people that my past does not determine my future. Ultimately, it's up to me how I end the rest of my life. Me and God, of course. You know, God has the ultimate say so. However, I can help because, like they say, God makes supernatural, but you got to do the work before He can put the super to it. And you know, I got to do the work. And one of the things I tell people all the time, they go, girl, you so crazy. I go, look, when I get to heaven, God's going to be like, you sure did max out that black card of purpose. Yes, I did. And you can't even max out a black card. That's how I know I'm going to do what I do, honey. Maxing it out. That's what I'm doing. Maxing it out. I'm going to get there and my room of blessings going to be empty. He's going to be like, ma'am, you used it all. Thank you. Isn't that what it's for?
Right.
So I want them to know that your past is not your future.
Yeah, that's great. That is awesome. I absolutely love. And one of the things that I say at Matters of My Heart is my past does not define me, but it refines me. I'm a better person today. And people who have been where I have been, who have been sexually assaulted, would say, what the hell do you mean? You know, you're a better person now because you were sexually assaulted. Because I did not allow my mind to be taken by what happened to me. By that one or two or however many events, because for me, it happened over a period of 4 years.
Okay.
But then again, that snowball effect, after that happened, more things started to happen in my life, more nevers in my life. So there's nothing that anyone can say to me that I have not seen for myself or I have not experienced myself. This body has gone through some things, and I have decided at my later years. Now, in my earlier years, in my 20s, I was wild. I was promiscuous. You know, I was all over the place. I was drinking and drugs because I was self-medicating myself. I didn't understand why I was self-medicating myself with all of these things that would take away how I really felt. Anything that caused me not to feel the pain, that's what I was doing. If it was sex, if it was drugs, if it was alcohol, I don't care. If it was pills, because I became addicted to pills.
Me too.
Whatever numbed the pain, that's what I was doing. Until that one moment that I just woke up, and I just believe that God did this for me. He allowed me to go through all of that so that I can recognize other people's self-medication, and so I can help other people. So that's what we're here for. You know, that's what we've been built for. I tell people all the time, I didn't choose this damn, journey. I didn't choose this for me.
I wouldn't have chosen it for myself. What you talking about? Who wants to go through that?
If I had to choose my own stuff, I would not be doing all of this. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But God has a greater purpose. And so I have to keep my eyes focused on that person that I'm trying to reach. That's not going to readily come up and say, hey, Laurasha, can I join your program? I need help? They're not going to admit it. But if you continue to do the work, as you said, if you continue to keep working on what you're doing, eventually the trust will be built, and then they will reach out and say, I need help. And so that's what we're doing. And I'm so happy. Yay. You know what? We have been talking about this blab forever, that we needed to do a blab, because we are both, doing the same types of work where we're trying to help other people come out of that painful place. So thank you, thank you so much for just being a part of the movement. And I am not going to keep you long, because this blab,
I'm so in. I need some adult action. Look, some conversation, honey, because these kids gonna drive me crazy with Dr. Seuss and Pete the Cat.
Well, I'm gonna edit all that out before I put up the blab online. But I'll call you later, and we can talk it through. But thank you so much for being a part of the journey. Is there anything else that you wanted to say to the people? Is there any other message, or before we end?
It is. And I want to say I thank you for having me. It is such an honor, my ice.
Oh, and I know, my
fire. I want to tell people my why, because a lot of people don't understand why I do it. Because they go, well, you've been through X, Y, and Z. Like, how are you able, and why? Yeah. First, foremost is God. But two, I want to read something, because this came to me in a dream, my why, because it ended up changing. Once I got clarity on my true purpose, it changed. And my why is, I want the woman to live the life she is destined to be. I want her to know that her past and traumatic experience does not define her outcome and her future. Ultimately, her God and her have the choice to live happy and abundant on this earth.
Wow.
That's
it is a choice. It is a choice for us to be happy. One of the things that my therapist, the second thing that she taught me was that happiness, the root word of happy is happen. So it's based on what happens to us.
Okay.
That's why it doesn't last long. That's why it's flip-floppy, because anything can happen that will cause that happiness to go to sadness, or to go to anger, or to go to it's based on what happens. But when people seek out to be content.
That cell phone. I got it. Hold on. Okay. My bad.
I love it. Honey, this is all good. I'm loving all of this interaction.
Yes, when people seek out that to be content.
Yes. But when people seek out to be content, content is not based on whether or not you're happy based on what happens, but it just means that you accept the reality, and then you make adjustments to your life to fit in with what's going on now. So, and I always say too that our mental health is our own responsibility. You know what I'm saying? Anyone can lose their mind at any moment in time. Anybody. It's not an illness to the point where they're promoting it out. You know, it has such a stigma out in the world about mental health illness. But anyone can be ill at any moment based on what happens. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yes. Mm-hmm.
So we can go on and on because
we can.
We both have the experience, we both have the knowledge, but we both have the passion, Laurasha,
and that's the key.
Help somebody else.
Yes, that is the key. The passion.
It is. Yeah.
I say I touch one person, it's a domino effect. Absolutely. I don't need a room full of people. Mm-hmm. All I need is one. Because that one is going to turn into 2, 3, 4, and 5. And it's just going to go from there. It is. It really is.
And that's why I'm so excited about this platform. I
am too. This is
that God has. Yeah. I mean, you know, who would have thunk it?
Not me.
Who would have thunk it? Right. I mean, I would even say about 5 years ago, there's no way you would be telling me that I'm telling my story to the entire world when I was too afraid to even tell my mom, and I was too afraid to tell my family. And now I'm on a platform where I'm announcing it to everyone, not because I'm afraid anymore, but because I got to help somebody else.
Exactly.
I got to help somebody else. And so, woo!
I know. That's how I'm
excited. Yeah.
Everything I do go towards my purpose. Everything.
Yeah.
I'm taking training. I'm becoming advocates with national counselors. Getting my degree in forensic science. Because one day, a lot of people don't know that this is something new. It came to me in a dream. I'm giving the secrets, people.
Are you dropping it?
I'm dropping it. You ready?
You heard it first here on live.
Yes, first here on Blab. I am right now on an online program getting a sexual assault advocate counseling certification nationally. Wow. And I am in school for investigative forensic science. Because one of the things I am going to do is I'm going to Capitol Hill to get a lot of lobbying and legislating to get a lot of rape kits tested and get grants. And to change the law in the status of how long a person have to rape and how they take this serious. I am going to the top with these people, and they're going to hear my voice one way or another.
Right. And it takes that. It takes that, Laurasha. I mean, you have to change policy in order to have all of these rape kits even looked at and then considered for in a trial.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so I mean, it takes a really strong person to do that, but also get enough support to, to make an effort and to make an impact on Congress. You know, we have to speak loud enough to make an impact on Congress. And it's not coming from someone who's never been raped before. It's coming from someone who's been raped and never been justified by it. So
yes.
Kudos for you, girl. Kudos for you. I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of you. I'm proud of you. So thank you so much again.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for your honesty and your transparency and just being real, about your purpose and your mission and your nevers, but also helping somebody else deal with their nevers too. So thank you for being a part of this movement of Matters of My Heart, the emotional support program. And I will talk to you later.
Later. Have a good day.
Have a good one. Bye. Look.
I know. Look. Hold on. Hi. Hi. Have a good day, ladies.
Bye. Have a good one.